Tony Day and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Brothers, starring Peter Dinklage, Brendan Fraser, Josh Brolin, and I think Glenn Close. And it's a comedy. Go figure. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing, Joan. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 15. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Oh, Marissa Tomei's in it too. Who is not in this movie? Forgot about her. Or is that Melanie Griffith? I can't even tell. I thought it was Glenn Close. Yeah, I think it's Glenn Close. Glenn Close looking a lot better. I don't know why you bothered, Joan. She wanted to be in the video, and then she jumps out. Yeah, Glenn Close, in the last movie I saw her in, had a really weird look. But good for her. This is about two brothers, and it's a comedy. They're thieves. I think the mother's in on it, too. And they gotta steal some emeralds for some reason. And Brendan Fraser's the bad guy. And then there's a monkey in it. There you go. So that's always funny. And then there's a scene where Josh Brolin is washing himself with what's the name? Oh gosh, hand sanitizer. Story by Ethan Cohen. Screenplay by Macon Blair, and directed by Max Barbacow. Max Barbacow. Okay, let's check these guys out. I think we got to check out their comedy bona fides. It doesn't look bad. It looks like it has all the elements. Yeah, it is Glenn Close. All right, so Max, has he directed any comedies before? The Improv Guru. Well, respect for doing stuff about improv, I guess. Not really seeing anything huge, although he directed something called Mommy, I'm a Bastard. It's very strange. Macon Blair, one of the writers. The Toxic Avenger. Ooh, that's not a good one. Reservoir Dogs, the TV series. Oh, Reservation Dogs. Oppenheimer? Wait a minute. Oh, that says an actor. We want writer credits. I want the actor credits. So writer credits here. 57 seconds. The Toxic Avenger is not a great credit from what I hear. Like, it's unreleasable. So that seems like a strike against the movie. And Ethan Cohen. His name sounds very familiar. I think I've seen his name. Oh, there he is with Will Ferrell. He wrote that Sherlock Holmes parody, Holmes and Watson. Oh, he wrote Idiocracy. Okay, now we're cooking. Men in Black 3. Get Hard. That wasn't bad. The Bad Guys. But Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder. My Wife is Retarded. A short called My Wife is Retarded. American Dad. All right, this guy's cool. This guy, Eaton. I hope Eaton was the head writer on this thing. I hope you listen to every single one of his suggestions, because he seems to be on the guy. October 7th, rated R for adult situations. All right. Now, here's the thing. Josh Brolin is always great. Part of the reason he's great as an actor is he sort of just blends into the role, and he can change pretty effectively between roles. And a part of that reason is I don't know that much about Josh Brolin. He keeps pretty much a low profile, doesn't seem to get involved in politics, and so I see him as a malleable kind of actor. Same thing with Glenn Close. Marissa Tomei, she's kind of the same character in every movie, but that's fine. We all like her. Brendan Fraser, this is a comedy, and he's known for comedy to some extent in his early days, so this is a return to form. He's going big. The one fly in the ointment for me is Peter Dinklage, and here's why. I know too much about Peter Dinklage's opinions, and he seems kind of like a tough guy to work with. And I don't say that with any kind of knowledge. It just seems that way from the stuff that comes out about him. Now, I get it. He wanted to advocate for little people and be treated just like any other actor. He's a good actor. I like him in roles, but, I really liked him in Game of Thrones. But I really wish he'd shut the F up. And where it hurts him is in a movie like this, because I kind of get annoyed just by seeing him. It's not like Dave Chappelle, right? Like, I know a lot about Dave Chappelle because he's a stand-up guy. And stand-up guys sort of unburden themselves with jokes about their life. And so I know that Dave's married and he's got kids and he lives in Ohio and he smokes too much and maybe drinks too much. Like, I know a lot about Dave Chappelle, but that's fine. And I know about his various opinions, and that's fine because Dave is willing to joke about that. The problem, I think, with Peter Dinklage in a comedy role is he can be comedic, but there's a line he won't cross, right? I think there's a line he won't cross because I feel like he's arrogant enough to go, oh, no, I'm not going to do that. And there would be bits about little people, let's be honest, that would be pretty funny and pretty politically incorrect, and Peter Dinklage might be the guy to draw a line and say, no, I'm not doing that. Whereas I feel like Josh Brolin, Glenn Close, Brendan Fraser to an extent, and even Marissa Tomei, they'd be like, oh, we're doing a comedy? Okay, I'll look like an idiot. I'll do something politically incorrect. So, in other words, I think Peter Dinklage holds, to do comedy, to some extent, you can't really hold on to your dignity if you're going to be an actor. It's different when you're a stand-up guy. Like, Dave Chappelle can't do certain roles in a comedy movie. It just doesn't work for him. And that's fine because he's a comedian. He's got to be the funny guy. Like, he's not usually going to be he's probably not going to be the straight guy in a comedy bit. Like, Peter Dinklage would be a fine straight man. And he's kind of a straight man in this, but he's kind of doing comedy too. He's also the narrator. But that all being said, it's got all the elements of comedy. Even though, other than Brendan Fraser, I'm not really seeing a lot of people here with a lot of comedy cred. Maybe Marissa Tomei, if you count My Cousin Vinny. Although she's not. She's more the straight person in that. But that being said, this is on Prime. The brothers, it's usually a good setup because they have a history together. Then Glenn Close is the mother. They all have a history. And it's all about them getting together to pull this last heist or whatever. And Brendan Fraser as the bad guy looks pretty funny. It's pretty over the top. Shows up with guns and starts threatening people with wide-eyed, like this. He's doing this kind of eyes. Like, oh, I'm going to kill you kind of thing. And Marissa Tomei is just cute. Good to see her. So I would probably check this out. I mean, if I saw bad reviews on it, I'd probably bail on it. It's on Prime. Back in the day, it would be in theaters. Yeah, I think it could be good. It's got a good premise. And with Eaton on there, is that how you say that? Eaton? Not Ethan? Eaton? With Eaton on the case, I think you got probably a good formula here and some really decent jokes. At the very least, this will be partly funny and have some funny bits in it. There's bits where, like, Peter Dinklage hooks up with his girlfriend and Josh Brolin has to sit in the other room and he's uncomfortable, and then the monkey comes in and does something to him. I hope he doesn't have sex with... I hope the monkey doesn't have sex with him. It's already weird enough. It's weird and uncomfortable. The monkey takes his hand, and I think there's an implication there that would be a little too much, but clearly Josh Brolin is the guy who everything terrible happens to, whereas Peter Dinklage is the smart one, and he just sort of takes him along for the ride. But Brolin is such a good actor. I'm interested in seeing him in a comedy because he could really deliver that sort of last monologue in the third act where he says, "Oh, you've been treating me terrible all my life and manipulating me," because he's supposed to be Dinklage is supposed to be the brains. So here's the 3-act breakdown. First act, Peter Dinklage just gets out of prison, but he has some problems. He was supposed to get some emeralds for Brendan Fraser or something, and Fraser wants his emeralds or whatever, wants him to do a job. Without any other recourse, he recruits his brother, who now has gone straight, wants to get married, has a house and a mortgage, but convinces him to do one last job for the money. However, the only other person they need for the job is their mother, who they also recruit for the job. But it's also a reunion at the same time, the 3 family members. So at first, their reunion is clunky and weird, but then they sort of click together and they kind of bond as a family, and then they have to do this job with Brendan Fraser looking over them or chasing them or whatever. Marissa Tomei, I don't know, she's just in it, I guess. And then the climax is something like they pull the heist and it doesn't quite go as planned, or Peter Dinklage, tries to rip off Brendan Fraser. And the climax is basically Brendan Fraser is trying to kill them all. And they have to take care of Brendan Fraser. And they do. Kind of. Maybe Peter goes back to prison. I don't know. But in the end, as a family, they kind of reconcile. The emeralds kind of don't matter. It's more of an emotional ending, would be my guess. All right, let's read the write-up. And a write-up. Let's see if it's over here. 2 criminal twin brothers, fraternal twins, obviously. So this is like twins when you think about it. One trying to reform, embark on a dangerous heist road trip. Okay, that's weird. Facing legal troubles, gunfights, and family drama, they must reconcile their differences before their mission leads to self-destruction. All right, it's not a great synopsis, but fine. I would check it out. I mean, it's on Prime. If you got Prime, why not? And seems to have a decent cast. I would be shocked if this was unwatchable. If this is unwatchable, man, I don't know what to tell you. It's got too many good elements, despite my reservations about Peter Dinklage and a comedy, per se. So, yeah, I would check it out. Brothers, October 17th. Drop it on Prime. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan somewhere behind me. Check us out on the green site, the orange site, and the black site for all our other videos. I was supposed to do the Galloway Senior Center event today, but it was postponed. If you didn't get the message, sorry about that. We are rescheduling, I don't know when. But then this Saturday, I will be doing the Marcus Hook Pirate Festival in Marcus Hook, PA. I believe that starts at 10. And then on Sunday, I'll be doing the Pine Barrens Makers Fest. And that's actually Saturday and Sunday, but I will only be there on Sunday, 10 to 5. Hope to see you there. We'll see you in the next one.